With the man.
Hey man, shout out to my boy, Reach the People, Darius Sanders in the building, man.
Sometimes y'all be on that bull junk, so I'm really not gonna tell you much.
Why do you continuously give negativity a microphone? Why did you give it a stage? Why did you give it admiration and adulation? Why do you give it a voice? Why do you give it a room with a comfortable mattress and a pillow and some nice sheets and blankets? Why do you allow negativity to have a say-so in your life?
Happy Tuesday, man. Welcome into another edition of Rob the Man Media. You know I got my dog, my co-host Coach Dre in the building. And you know we got our guy, Common Said It, Buffs in the building. Common sense. I don't know why I said Common Said It. Common sense Buffs. I don't, man. This how you know how my Tuesday's been, man. It's been a busy day for me. All right, fellas, man, how y'all holding up? Let me know.
Oh man, just getting in. I'm talking about just getting in from workouts. We've been doing evening, so we start at 5 and end at like 7:30. So I'm just getting in. Uh, and so but again, it's a blessed day because God let us see another day and open our eyes, and so everybody should be trying to be as positive as you can. Like I say, like Coach Prime say, don't let negativity live in your life. Just try to stay positive and try to keep a positive outlook. So in the day above dirt, you should be thankful.
No doubt.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Doing great. No other place I'd rather be on a Tuesday night than with Rob the Man and Coach Dre talking ball talk. So we got an exciting one for y'all, man. You know why y'all tune in, man. We're gonna have a good show.
All right, listen, we're gonna talk running backs. But before we get into all the running back talk, there was an announcement that came out right before we hit the show. So I'm gonna bring it up here, right? As you guys can see, our kicker that came in the portal, in the winter portal, is transferring out. And I know a lot of people like, hey, how can this person transfer out? He's graduated from college. He can do whatever he wants. So, Mr. Josh, I appreciate your time, man, that you spent in Boulder. We understand it's a business. But as you can see, man, the Colorado kicker is leaving the program, entering the transfer portal because he's graduated from college. So he can do whatever he wants. As you're going to see some people still making decisions that's graduated this summer. Coach Dre, you got any thoughts? Any comments? But I'm going to tell you this. Coach Prime already told you the kick was going to be. So this ain't about no surprise or anything like that. I'll just go ahead and get that out the way. But Coach Dre,
I mean, they say he using the track rule though. Is on the thing and say he's transferring as a track athlete or hitting the transfer portal as a track athlete the same way the kid did from some other school. I mean, like I say, he's a great kid. I wish him nothing but the best. Um, you know, kids got to do whatever they feel best for them. He's a guy that's on his last bit of eligibility, and I'm pretty sure he wants to be out there in some capacity kicking the football. And I don't know how good that was looking right now for him. And so hopefully he finds another home. I'm pretty sure somebody pick him up because he got a great leg, strong leg. So I feel somebody will pick him up. So we wish him nothing but the best and the best of luck. Nothing ill will towards the young man, and nobody else should have nothing. We're glad that he came and experienced his Boulder experience, and now he's gonna go take his talents elsewhere. So it's okay.
you got anything you want to input? Go ahead.
Bro, you can't transfer after you get a nickname. Ain't that in the NIL contract? Once you get a nickname, you can't transfer.
Hey, it be like that sometimes, man. It be like that, but hey, listen. When you already know what you up against, I can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach Prime already told you, ain't no competition at the kicker spot. We got our kicker. He's gonna surprise a lot of people, and he said it in the spring. So all thing you can do is just take it for face value of what it is. Coach Prime came out and said it. That's what it is. All right.
Chocolate Thunder said, yes, it is in that NIL contract. I need to read that, man. That was Black Kicker. Wasn't that Black Kicker? Weren't we supposed to have Black Kicker? Come on, Black Kicker. But anyway, best of luck, man. You got to do what's right for you. And I definitely understand that, he's probably looking for an opportunity to play. Like anybody who, especially somebody who's, like Coach Dre was saying, maybe running out of eligibility. So completely understand, wishing him the best of luck. But it would have been nice, right, to hear that nickname at least a couple times this season. But good luck to you, man.
Good luck to you, man. Appreciate your time. But, man, we got to move on, man, because we got to show that we got to do. So we got a commitment, right? And y'all know we've already discussed it on Sunday with Buff News Weekly. But what y'all haven't heard was from Common's side of this view. So if you don't know, we got a running back commitment. And we talking running backs tonight. So this is just perfect that we got an opportunity that we're talking about a running backs and then we get to talk about a commit. So Common, you see we got a commitment. Steven Alexis from Coach Dre hometown, the state of Florida. What you got, man?
No scouting report yet. So I'm gonna wait and hear your scouting report. But man, I did some research, and even without watching a lot of film, I like the statistics that he put up. I like the measurables, and he's only a junior, guys. He has another year of high school ball to play before he shows up in Colorado. But it's a great get. So I want to hear what you guys have to say if you've watched the film.
I know the kid. I know the film. He's an underrated kid. And what I feel happened was, I continue to tell people that Coach J Mack is from down this way, Polk County, Lakeland High legend, and I'm pretty sure somebody put him on to this kid because this kid was not touted by anybody. I don't think he has any stars, any of that type of stuff. But he's a guy. He's a guy when you turn the film on, you say, what are they doing? And I believe that's just what happened. I think they just ran the film up the totem pole. And again, you get one of them Florida dogs and Coach Prime get them Florida dogs up here. Y'all know what's going to happen. We're going to try to seal the deal. And so it's just a great get. He knows what it is coming in, and he knows what is going to work. And now, like you say, what people fail to realize for these young men going into this, they want this over with. That's why you see a lot of young men shutting down their recruiting because it's tiresome. Having to answer your phone, having to answer questions. Hey, what you think about this? What you think about that? Are you interested in like it gets tiresome. And so a lot of these kids want that to be over with, want all the questions and all of that stuff to be over. But he's a great kid from that down in that Tampa area. They play great football down there in Tampa. Great competition football down there. And for him to come out of there, I think he ran for close to 1,700 yards last year. I forget what the touchdowns was. But it's just a great kid for Coach Prime. And man, again, once you get Florida people up there, and like most of those parents and grandparents, they grew up with Coach Prime and know about him, and they know what it is to say, I get to play for this legend. And so I just think this kid is going to shock some people. He really is. If y'all didn't see the picture, there's a picture with him standing by Richard Young, and this kid looks like he's about as big as Richard. Look at him and look at Richard Young, and you tell me both of them kids don't look like they're in college football already. So that's the kind of running back and kind of kid we're getting. So I'm pumped for that young man and his decision to come to play for Colorado.
Okay. So man, but listen, guys, y'all challenged me, right? When I got the text from Rob the man, said we're gonna be talking running backs, we're gonna be talking about this new recruit. But man, I want to rewind the tape if you guys allow me, man. Let's talk about the history of the running game at Colorado. Unless y'all don't want to go that deep, man. But I ran the tape back, man, on Colorado's history of running in the Coach Prime era. Y'all want to talk about it?
Go ahead. Kick it off. We're here.
All right, man. All right, so real ball knowers. Chat, y'all got hot takes, but are y'all real ball knowers? This is ball knower talk here. So year one, 2023. Rob the Man, Coach Dre, chat. Can you name the running backs that were in that room in year one of the Coach Prime era?
Hankerson, Dylan Edwards,
Hankerson.
Dylan
Yep.
Edwards. No, he didn't come to the second year.
What's my guy from Wilkerson? Savion Wilkerson.
Fabian Wilkerson, because
Savion, yep.
Who else is
And
in
we
the
got to
backfield?
pass the Cavassier smoke.
yeah,
Cavassier
and
Smoke.
All right. Had high expectations for that running back room. Pretty
Not
solid.
really.
Not really?
Not
Okay.
really.
All right. Let's break it down.
Got Charlie. Forgot
Colorado.
about Charlie. Yeah.
And Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. Good old Charlie. OB. Colorado in 2023 averaged just 69 rushing yards per game
Yeah.
Right.
with 2.3 yards per carry, finishing dead last in the country. Only standout,
Was Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards. He
And
set
so,
the school receiving yard record and touchdown record by running back in that first game against TCU, 135 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns in his college football debut versus TCU. Fact about that class, all the top 4 backs transferred out.
Yep.
No doubt.
That was 2023.
Yep.
2024. Can you name the running backs from that class?
Well,
That's your
Dylan Edwards was there for that Dallas. We got Dallas Hayden. We got the kid from was it Houston? We got him.
I forgot about Alto McCaskill.
Yep.
We got him.
Isaiah Augusta.
Isaiah Augusta, Michael Welch. Well, he was a true freshman.
Year.
Charlie was still back there.
Charlie was back there, but it's somebody else I'm missing. The kid that transferred out last year, that was supposed to be getting all the money. I can't think of his name.
That's Isaiah. He named Isaiah.
Isaiah Augusta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Isaiah Augusta. Yeah, so Hayden, Augusta, Welch, Charlie, and
Alto.
And Alto.
Okay. So Coach Dre said 2023, that class, we wasn't saying nothing about that class. 2024, were we a little bit more hopeful about the run game in 20? Did we think we were going to average more than 2.3 yards per game in 2024?
Yes, and we would have if we could have stayed healthy. Go back and watch the tape. Each one of those backs, Michael Welch, Hayden, and Augusta all had a big game, and then they got hurt. And we could stay healthy. If we could have stayed healthy, we would have been better. Just straight up and down. Just that's it. I think we blocked a little better. Our offensive line was better. That was Jordan Seaton's first year. I just think that we just couldn't stay healthy. If you go back and watch the tape, you'll see those guys have. I mean, Michael Welch, and Augusta and those guys have decent games, but then they get hurt. We couldn't stay healthy at the running back spot at all.
Dallas Hayden, I think Dallas Hayden was hurt too, because I don't think he ended up playing. He didn't end up playing that year. He was hurt that year.
I think he had a lower leg injury. I think.
Yeah, every running back that had a good game, that following game, they got hurt.
All right, we got worse that year. Did y'all know that, Russian? Where we in 2023 we averaged 69 rush yards per game. In 2024,
we just stopped running the ball.
We stopped running the ball. You didn't trust nobody. Wasn't nobody healthy. So we were just throwing more screens. We were just giving LeJontay and them the ball in the quick. Like what y'all fail to realize is the bubble screen, all that's just an extension of the run. So that's how they was running the football. Running the bubble screen, the quick screens, and that was how they was getting. That's how they was running the ball because nobody could stay healthy.
And then we end up
Nobody
putting
can
Miller in the
stand
back.
him.
We end up
But
putting
we ended up
Miller from
putting
wide receiver
Draylon
to running
Miller.
back.
We ended up having to move Draylon to running back.
Okay, so the team ran only 235 design run plays on 614 dropbacks.
Oh yeah, I mean you got Shador Sanders.
You ain't trying to take the ball out of his hand.
You got Shador
Okay.
Sanders. You got Travis Hunter. You got them guys out wide. And again, you couldn't keep a running back healthy. So to me, what do I think we could have we should have ran the ball more? Could have, yes. If that's what you're asking. But I understand the concept of why we didn't. And so that's just my thought process watching it. We couldn't keep a guy healthy. We could, so that was my process.
But every year, as fans, was craving the running game, right? Right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I think Coach
everybody
Prime was saying we're
yes.
gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball, right? But
Hold on. Since you went back, go back to Jackson State and watch how he ran the ball. So you know it's not that he didn't want to run the ball. Because Savion ran for 1,000 yards. The year before that, I think the man ran for almost 800. So it's not that he didn't want to run the ball. We just didn't have it. We just didn't have it. That first year, Dylan was our best back. He couldn't run in between the tackles and take a beating like that. So again, you trying to throw screens, do all kind of stuff. The next year, we had some bigger backs. Again, they could nobody stay healthy. When you got to move one of your receivers to running back, you can't stay healthy. You get what I'm saying?
All right. I'm just laying the groundwork.
I feel you. I feel
you good. You good.
Yeah, you good.
We're in the court of law. We're in the court of law, and I'm prosecuting this case. And y'all hearing the evidence, but y'all don't want to hear the evidence. It's the evidence. I'm laying out the case. We got worse running the ball in 2024. All right. Year
we
3.
got worse because we couldn't stay healthy. I mean, that's the case. That's the case, Mr. Lawyer. We couldn't run. We couldn't go back and watch how many. Look how many games them guys missed.
Okay. All right. We'll keep going. Year 3, 2025, Hall of Fame. Marshall Faulk, running back coach. Michael Welch led the team with 384 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Couldn't stay healthy. DeKalen Taylor, season cut short by injury. Couldn't stay healthy.
Come on.
But there was one guy who was running the ball really well that I didn't think got his touches, and that was Dallin Hayden. Now, he was injured early in the season, came on really strong later on in the year. I don't think he got his touches.
You've been here 2 years, and all you do is get hurt. Who trusts that? And I love Dallin, but who trusts that? We put Cam McHale and Draylon Miller in the backfield. So you know you don't come in. It's just telling you in your face. We can't.
We have to put Ryan Coleman out there for a touch, and he fumbled the ball.
Come on, man. It's not. It's just health. It's just health.
I'm taking y'all. I'm taking y'all to Harvard Law right now.
You think so?
It's Harvard Law School.
It ain't no Harvard Law School. You just proved. Hey, the first thing you said was Michael Welch led the team with 300 some yards. So imagine if he would have stayed healthy, you probably could double that, right? If Trackhawk don't get hurt, come on, man. Injuries, just plain and simple.
I don't think Marshall Faulk was happy with that outcome. I'll just put it that way.
Nobody was happy with the outcome, but what can you say about injuries? I just want you to tell me what you want them to do.
I'm just stating the fact. We went 3-9 with that run game.
No. So here's the thing, though. You stating what the situation was, but when you go and look at how many actual games did they play, see, that's the key thing, because it's easy. No, I'm saying with running backs, it's easy to say, all right, hey, they did this, right? They had 300 yards, they had 400 yards, whatever it might be. How many actual games did they play in that season? When you look at each season, we haven't had one running back that's like, hey, they've been here, boom. And they've been here from head to toe. They played in every single game, and this is what we produce. It's the numbers. The numbers. It looks crazy, but when you actually go and look at how many actual games each person is playing, it's like, okay, 4 or 5 games.
All right. I'm gonna give y'all some evidence now.
Sure. I'm not worried.
A lot of these guys transferred out, right? So Dallin Hayden is at Memphis right now. Isaiah Augusta is at South Carolina. I don't think any of these guys really that transferred out really made any noise except one.
You know what? What's gonna kill your case? All the running backs transferred. Tell me who done balled out.
Hankerson.
Hey, Chad, you see how we trapped Coach Dre right there?
Is the only one. He went to Oregon State. He the only one that balled out.
He was Florida dog. I expected that. That was the only kid that when he transferred, I was really like, oh man, I wish he'd have stayed. But who else left and really did something?
We done trap Coach Dre. He didn't ask the question.
Dylan Edwards can't stay.
Anthony
healthy at K. He couldn't stay healthy at K-State.
Hankerson. I said that's the only kid I was upset when he left. He from Florida. I saw him play at St. Thomas Aquinas. I know what Hankerson can do. I expected him to go somewhere and do his thing. But who else? Isaiah.
If y'all enjoying the prosecution, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button.
Because ain't nobody getting prosecuted but me. Because I stated the facts is that we couldn't stay healthy.
That we just coming for the good ball talk conversation. Welcome to the show.
We couldn't stay healthy, right. and again, when you can't stay healthy, and you got Shador Sanders, you got Travis Hunter, you got LeJohntay Wilson, Jimmy Horn, Will Shepard, and those guys out wide. Well, we'll just find a way to get the ball in their hands because nobody can stay healthy. When we were healthy, again, you said Michael Welch ran for 300 yards in how many games? How many games did Michael play?
Dallin Hayden was toting that tater.
When he was healthy? When he was healthy, how many games? How many games did he play?
All right, I'm gonna pull up the exact games here in a second. But let's go to Anthony Hankerson because you asked.
I know he's
post Colorado success story. Anthony Hankerson went to Oregon State, rushed for 1,082 yards, 15 touchdowns in 2024. Recently signed with the Miami Dolphins as an undrafted free agent. I think it's the only running back in the Coach Prime era at this point that has gone undrafted or drafted, either one, and he did that in 2026. Okay.
Yeah,
that's the history of the run game.
That's the history of the run game. I mean, it again, and I'm not saying that it's, but you can't force something that you don't have. And we just ain't have it. Like I said, Dylan was a true freshman. That first year, he was our best back. He couldn't run in between the tackles. Savion was decent, and he had a couple of pretty good games, but it wasn't like we couldn't block we didn't block really well, right? The second year, and again, Hankerson leaves. He goes to Oregon State. Like I said, he's the only kid that left that I was like, okay. Dylan went to Kansas State and split reps, and they really just used him on the jet sweep and kickoff return, right? Dallin Hayden, we wish him the best. We don't know what he's gonna do at Memphis, but when I've seen the depth chart, I don't think he's on it like that. And then Isaiah Augusta, he done went to about 3 schools since he left.
Yeah, it ain't looking too good right now.
Still ain't picked up the money.
Come on, bro.
It ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good.
Man, I wish those kids all the best. Like I say, but as for the program, I think we could have tried a little better, but that second year we couldn't stay healthy. And when you have to move a true freshman receiver to running back, that tells you that you don't have running backs. Last year you had to put Draylon and Cam McHale in the backfield. So what does that tell you? That's what I'm telling you is you see this with your own eyes. Can't nobody stay healthy. What else you want us to tell you, Common? I don't know.
All right. We're about to keep hope alive, y'all. Here comes 2026.
I'm just waiting on these facts that he's been trying to get ready to throw.
Here comes 26. We're about to keep hope alive, chat. I just had to go through the history real quick. This is where Colorado Buffaloes starting off at. That's the track record of the last 3 years of the run game. But it's looking up and up. Why? Because we got a new OC, Brennan Marion, who likes to run the ball. Right? So, first question What is going to be the identity of Colorado Buffalo's offense in 2026?
Say that again, comment. I didn't hear you, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. What is going to now? The biggest change is the offensive coordinator. Of course, we got new talent. We got more talent. We got more diverse talent in the running back room. I get that.
Again, you got enough talent in the running back room to where you probably 5 or 6 deep and you feel good. This is the first year where you got depth. We've never had quality depth. Right now, I feel good about 4 guys. If you tell me Track Hawk, Henderson, Welch, or Young back there, and they the guy, hey, I'm good. And I ain't even talked about Hicks. I forget the other kids, 2 or 3 guys, and I ain't even talked about the true freshman that's coming in, Newton. So for the first time in the Coach Prime era, we got quality backups. We got good backup. We haven't had that. And so, and again, you feel comfortable because again, another thing, you have quality offensive linemen. You got quality and depth at the offensive line spot. You feel good about 8 or 9 guys starting, guys who have came, who got many reps and have played a lot of downs in college football. So the biggest thing is, like you say, the biggest change is that you got a great offensive coordinator who wants to run the ball, who gonna run the ball. He let you know he gonna run the ball because he tell the running backs if they're running soft and all that other type of stuff. So you feel good, but the biggest thing is that you have quality depth at the running back spot and at the offensive line, and you got guys up front who have plenty of reps, game time reps. I ain't talking about no practice reps. I'm talking about game time, in-game ability reps. And so you feel good coming into this season. Also, you saw a great emphasis on running the ball. And it was time Coach Marion said, hey, I'm telling y'all we lining up and running the ball defense. Hey, don't think about what you're gonna do. We're gonna line up here and run the ball, and with y'all knowing we're gonna run it, let's see what happens. And so, you gotta feel good. Like I said, I feel good about the way that this team has come together. And again, you didn't have kids leaving in the spring, us trying to get kids in and things of that nature. So like I say, but the biggest thing is that you got Coach Marion.
I agree, which is why I asked the question. Are we going to see a run heavy version of the go-go? Are we going to see a balanced version of the go-go? Or we're going to see a more pass heavy version of the go-go? What is your anticipation? He has weapons all over the field.
I'm gonna always tell you that I don't know. I think it could be 50-50, but I think some weeks it could be 60-40, right? So some weeks it could be 60-40 pass, some weeks it could be 60-40 run, or it could be just 50-50. I don't know. I think I think Coach Merriman goes with what's the flow of the game, and that's what good offensive coordinators will do. We'll go with what the flow of the game is, but anywhere from 50-50 to 60-40 is what I'm expecting for the percentage to be run to pass on any given week. But it could change from week to week. I always told you I'm a week to week guy. Y'all gonna hear me say that all season long. Is why is this the best week? Because it's the next week. All we can do is go 1-0 every week. And that's the same thing you have to tell kids. Like, that's what we tell our kids with repetitions in practice. Win this rep. Then we'll think about the next rep. So, but yeah, I think anywhere from 50-50 coming to 60-40. That's what I'm thinking.
You're saying that Colorado, you would like to see, not necessarily what they're going to be, right? Because you're a coach and you've watched Colorado football for the last 3 years, right? I want to see this go-go thing do its go-go thing, which in my understanding, it leans run first to set up the pass, and they're looking for explosive plays in the pass. Right? There's so much misdirection going on in the go-go. You got so many guys that have to think about where the ball is going, and does the quarterback have it? Does running back one have it? Does running back two have? Who has the ball? You're thinking about that so much that you're giving up explosive plays in the pass game. This version of the go-go I would love to see in Colorado would be at bare minimum 50-50, but I would probably lean a little bit heavier, maybe the 60-40 run game. Because that's kind of what you have to be telling a guy like Steven Alexis to get him to sign on the dotted line, don't you? To get a guy like Cam Newton to sign on the dotted line, don't you? What do you think is these running backs, right? The kid out of I think he's out of Mississippi, right? Bobo? Is that his name? How is Brennan Marion recruiting these guys if he's not going to lean into the run game? How do you keep these guys, given the track record of the turnover in the running back room every single year, if you're not 50-50 or 60-40 or better to the run game?
I think I said it on the show because I think Brandon Marion is getting these guys because he's telling these guys, I'm not a one-hit wonder. I'm not just going to be at Colorado this 1 year. I'm going to be here. And his track record has shown what he can do with running backs. So I think that alone gives you a great idea. And again, you say that I think he had two guys last year to run for 500 yards. So he's letting you know that it's a two-back system. If you could come in here and work hard and show us what you can do, then we'll play you. And I think that's it. Again, I think y'all get caught up in making kids promises in this day and age. I'm not making no kid no promises about you. You gonna have to come in here and earn it. I'll give you the opportunity to come in here and earn you a spot. Like, that's why I was so in love with Michael Welch's freshman season. Michael Welch didn't ask nobody to play. He came in there and took him snaps. He came in and took reps because of what you saw in practice. The same thing with Dylan Edwards. Every time you turned on the film as a freshman, he was breaking long runs. And what did he do out there at TCU? He broke long runs. And that's what you see. So you're going to have the opportunity, and these kids want that opportunity because they like this offense is set up for that. And like I say, it could be 60-40 run this week, but next week the receivers could be hot, or Juju could be hot, and it could be 60-40 that way, or we could go 50-50. So I'm not going to never get caught up in the numbers game like that. But again, you get in quality kids to come to Colorado because they want to play for Coach Prime, they want to play for Coach Marion. I told y'all we wouldn't have been in the situation last year if Coach Prime would have been healthy. If Coach Prime would have been healthy, we'd have sealed a whole bunch of other deals. But Coach Prime wasn't there. Things didn't work out like it should, and we can't cry over spilled milk. But the biggest thing with these running backs is that they know it's a two-back system, and it's a great opportunity to get back there and touch the football. And knowing that if I go out here and show what I can do. And you might say, well, Coach Dre, how do you feel that way? I had that problem at one point in time with 4 great backs. You know what I told him? Hey, bro, you might not get as much as you want. You better make something happen with your opportunity. So that's the biggest thing. You got to make something happen with your opportunity. Whenever your opportunity presents itself, whether it's practice, you definitely got to show it in practice. Because if you don't show it in practice, Merriman or Prime is not putting you in no football game. Okay? So you better show it in practice, and then when you get your opportunity in the game, you better be ready to go. And I think, like I say, right now I feel good about 4 guys. If you came to me and said, "Hey, Coach Jerry, he the starter. Coach Dre, he the starter. Coach Dre, he the starter," I would feel good. And so, again, I'm not upset about none of that.
Yeah. So one of the things that fans, I think on my show we would debate all the time during the season. If you guys not following Common Sense, man, please check out the channel at Common Sense Buffs, right? Where we do a lot of film study and breakdown. But one of the arguments that we would have during the season is the run game is not a nice to have. it's not like is this optional part of football. It's like the kicking game. The kicking game is not some optional part of the game that is a nice to have. You need a good kicking game. You need to be able to score from outside of the 40-yard field goals consistently. It's part of football. Having a good, effective, and a running game that you can count on in critical situations is not a nice to have. My question is, this 2026 Colorado football team, are you confident, given who our OC is, given the talent that we have in the room, that it's not going to be this thing that we kind of roll out and we run a couple of plays, and if it's not going well, or like Juju is hot or Danny Scudero is going off, we go away from it? Because I think that's what kind of got us into the situation where the last 3 seasons we're near bottom in college football for rushing.
Again, I can't say either or. I do agree with you that you need to have a good running game to be what you want to be. And I think that, again, we didn't have quality depth because, again, I go back. I keep saying this. Every time one of those guys would have a good game, they would get hurt. And to the point where you had to move Draylon Miller to the backfield. But that's no here, no there. Again, that's behind us, and we can't look behind us. Right now, what you saw in the spring is we came through the string pretty healthy. And I mean, those guys were out there getting hits, taking licks. We running over guys. And I feel like we got a pretty good defense, right? And so when you look at it, yes, you got to do that. But what you got to also know is this go-go offense is, again, is sometimes you can get that ball out quick to a guy like a Dennis Cadero or Cam Perry, and they taking that thing 15 yards, 20 yards. And if they get that to going, why would you want that to stop? You want that to stop just so you can say you running the football? Just to say, oh, we running the football?
See,
I don't think Coach Marion calls plays. I think that he will call plays and switch it up. I don't think he'll just abandon the run. I think that's what you're talking about. Will we just abandon the run? No, I don't think Coach Marion will just abandon the run. No, I think he'll still try to mix that thing in there, try to get those running backs to going. But I think he'll switch up the formations a lot more. That's the one thing that we didn't have a lot of. We didn't have a lot of motion and stuff in the offense to keep people guessing and keep people thinking. So I think he'll he'll throw different things in there and still try to run the ball. So no, I don't think he'll just get away from trying to run the ball because he likes to run the football. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it would be a continued disservice to both the scheme, the talent, the game of football, and the fan base if we go away from the run game. I don't think it was always because they were hurt.
Most of it was,
and a lot of times they just abandoned the run game.
Maybe when you had Shador, I might can go for that. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you kudos for maybe they did, but I don't think they did that. I just don't think they were healthy, and I don't think they felt comfortable. And it was games that the guys would go in nicked up, and then they get in the game and they tweak stuff. Like when we went to UCL, I think Michael was already kind of banged up, and I think he tweaked stuff and things of that nature. I can go for that. Last year they just couldn't stay healthy. I think if Trackhawk and Michael stay healthy, I think you see a different team. I think you see more runs and things of that nature. And a coordinator got to feel comfortable, guys. I don't know if anybody's ever sat in that seat to be a coordinator. And so if I've been practicing and working with this guy and thinking this is going to be here and then this is not here, I'm going to go to the other stuff that I think can work and try to help my team win. And so I do believe that sometimes we would abandon it very quickly, but I also believe that it was time that K-Salt could have ran last year and things of that nature and used his legs when he didn't. But again, that's no here nor there. It's just a point of we just got to stay consistent consistent enough. Long as we at 40% running the ball, I'm good. If we lower than 40, then I think that we need to work on that. But I don't think Merriman will ever get below 40. So like I said, if we 60-40 one week with pass the run, or we 60-40 one week run the pass, I don't have a problem with any of that.
Yes, because I feel like in order for us to shock the Big 12 with our running game, we got to be in the top half of the Big 12 in rushing. Because we've been at the bottom for the last 3 years. The only way we're going to get to the top of the Big 12 is that we just got to be committed to that thing. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, where would a Colorado run game have to end up in order to shock the Big 12 statistically?
Hold on, comment. Hey, C Brown, listen, bro. My people getting kind of frustrated with you, bro. So I'm asking you nicely to just, like I told you, I've already asked you nicely to leave, bro. I asked you that like 2 weeks ago. You hadn't come back. I don't want you going back and forth with our fans and our people. So if I'm just asking you, God bless you, bro. You can have your opinion, but just go do it somewhere else, bro. Because I don't like that kind of energy in our chat with our people. Okay, so if you would just do that for me, I would be much obliged. God bless. Go ahead, Common.
So maybe the other way I would ask the question is, to shock the Big 12, where does Colorado have to end up at the end of the season in rushing? I would say they'd have to be in the top half of the conference, like a top 6, right? In the top 6 for rushing in 2026.
I would agree with you on that. I would agree with you on that we would have to we need to be on the top half in rushing on that. But some people would dispute that because you were a game away from being in the Big 12 championship, and you just pointed out so eloquently we ran the ball we were bottom, and we almost won the Big 12 that year. So again, but I do agree that this year I would agree with you that we need to be in the latter half of the of the rushing, and I think we will be. I really do think we will be. I believe in our offensive line. I believe in our offensive coordinator, in the scheme, and so I believe we'll be in the top tier, in the upper half. And what I'm saying is anywhere from one to 6 would be good for me in rushing this year in the Big 12.
Okay, so let's break it down. Big 12 teams rushing, the rushing leader by team in 2025. The number 1 rushing offense in the Big 12 last year was the Utah Utes. They averaged 266 rushing yards per game. Total rushing, they had 3,462 yards on the season. Next up, Arizona State, 193 yards a game, 2,517 yards rushing. The Texas Red Raiders, 182 yards rushing per game, 2,560 yards on the season. The Houston Cougars, 178 rushing yards per game, 2,315 yards on the season. And then the BYU Cougars at 178. So to be in that top 5, top 6, we need to be averaging 175 rushing yards per game. Okay. And that is over a season. You got to be committed because that's the average. I mean, 266 rushing yards on average per game is crazy by Utah.
But that's what Utah is. That's what you like. Okay, Utah, BYU, they'll run heavy. Even I think Houston, they're a run heavy team. And that's I know Utah, that's what they're built on. They're built on that hard nose. I forget how many offensive linemen they got drafted this year. We know that the kid Fano went to the Browns with Shador, but That's what they do. Utah also, they run the ball, and again, we got their best offensive lineman on our team. So that also lets you know, and makes you feel good that a guy that was on the top notch run team now is on your team. So I take all of that into consideration. But a few of those teams, they are, and a lot of it wasn't from the running back. Like I think the Utah Utes, some of that was from their quarterback. I know it was for BYU. I can't remember about Houston. But again, it's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not, like I say, I'm proactive and I'm positive. I feel like I believe in what we're going to do because again, we have quality backup. I feel good about 4 guys I told you to start, and then the guys behind them aren't slouches. They aren't slouches, and so that's the best thing for us. I don't think we're gonna have to be moving. When you have to move guys mid-season from receiver to running back, you gotta there's a depth problem.
Yeah,
and I think everybody would agree. Everybody would agree with that. And again, I don't think we have that problem. I think this is the first year, and again, that's another reason when you get these kids to commit and say they're coming to the University of Colorado, because you got the kid Bobo coming in this weekend on the visit, another highly touted running back that Colorado could essentially get. We don't know, but that's why, because Coach Marion's offense shows that we're gonna use 2 backs and that he can get guys to roll. And I believe we'll do that because again, we got quality backs and we got a quality offensive line.
All right, guys, this is why you come here. Real ball talk, real breakdown, real statistics. All right. So we just went through right now that, hey, for us to really shock the Big 12, we need to be in that top 5 in 2025. We would have needed to average 175-ish yards rushing per game. I think our worst season that we went through was 2024, where we had like 65 yards rushing per game. So we will definitely need to bring our average up. Now let's talk about balance in offense in the Big 12. The most balanced teams, right? The teams that were able to put it together both in the pass game and in the rushing game. And we'll see, hey, can Colorado put something together like this where we still get it done in the run, but also have a potent pass game? So number 1 at the top of the charts in the Big 12, Texas Tech. They averaged 278 yards passing per game and 182 yards per game rushing. Right? If Colorado could put something together like that, this is where you now have this Colorado team in the conversation about making a Big 12 run. You also have the BYU Cougars. They had Bachmeier and LJ Martin, right, in that balance attack. But what do you think about that balanced look of Texas Tech? Do we feel like we have the talent, the play calling to be somewhere in that kind of 278 on a stat line for Juju, and then splitting carries across the running backs for 182 yards in a game?
Yeah, I feel like we have that. I definitely feel like we have that. I believe that. I think we'll average at least 100 to 100 and anywhere from 120 to 160 yards rushing the game. That's what I believe. Anywhere in that range. That stat line that you have for Juju is pretty good, maybe a little higher. But I just feel good watching Marion's offense, looking at what I saw. And the biggest thing, guys, is these guys are coming back. We didn't have to worry about guys leaving again. I know we talked about the black kicker earlier, but none of the other guys, everybody's coming back. You see them out there working. Willoff finally dropped a great video, and you got to see the guys. Darius also went with DeAndre Moore and a couple of other guys to Hawaii, and then came back and filmed them at their camp. But the biggest thing is I feel like we can compete with anybody. Just me personally, I feel like we can compete with anybody because of the roster that we have assembled and the guys that we have assembled. And so yeah, I believe we're up. And like I said, I'm not gonna give that TT team any kind of acknowledgement. I'm just telling you, bro. And that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to them. I'm just not giving them any kind of acknowledgement. But they're the cream of the crop, and they were a very balanced football team. But that's not the same football team from last year, right?
True.
And so
True.
and so you don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Just like we're not the same football team from last year. You don't know what we're going to look like. But I have a great idea and like what I like the direction that we're going in. I think that's the correct word to say.
Yeah, because, it's not really 60-40 run. It's more 60-40 pass. I'll take this. I'll take a Colorado offense 278 yards passing, 182 yards rushing. I'll take it. It doesn't have to be the flip, right? Where running is always leading the way. Like you said, Coach Brennan Marion in his play calling is very diverse, right? And yeah, he's going to play to what the game actually provides to him, right? He's not just going to call plays just to be calling plays if it's not working or if it's not appropriate situational play calling. But I like that. Even if it's 60-40 the other way, give me 278. Right. I don't know how many attempts I'd want to see that in. Now, in a Brennan Marion offense, maybe you have a bunch of big plays there. Right. Maybe you get a couple 50-yard pass, maybe a 70-yard passes, but who knows what kind of offensive scheme you might call alongside a run game like this. But how do you feel? Would you like to kind of see this kind of balance, or would you lean more pass? Would you lean more run? What are your thoughts on that, Coach Dre? I'll take this 60-40 right here.
I keep saying it's week to week with me. It depends on who you're playing. We might be playing a better, stouter group up front, so we got to loosen it up. And they might be, better in the box than they are out wide. So it depends on what you're playing and what defenses you are playing. But either way it goes, we're going to have to try to establish ourselves in the run. And when you say that, the one thing the old coaches taught us is that's man moving man. And so when you can move a man from a spot to another spot, or get him to move so you can get your running back in this spot, that's crucial. And so I believe in the week to week process, the game planning that we're going to be going up against every week. And so I think that will kind of dictate what you're going to see. Playing a team like a BYU with they usually good up front and good in the linebacker room. So you might try to, dink and dunk up first so you can spread the guys out so you can make the linebackers think more about the pass than the run. Because if you come out there and just try to run it at them, they're good at that. You get what I'm saying? So I think it just goes from week to week, game to game, and depends on who we're playing that week. So that's how. But again, I'm going to always be good with 60-40 either way. 60-40 run, 60-40 pass. It doesn't make me any difference. So we at that, or 50-50, like I say, what gets bad I think what really gets people upset is when you start hollering about 70-30 and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. I think that's what gets people in their feelings, and you get what I'm saying? So that 60-40, 50-50 range is always good for offenses.
Okay. Appreciate that, Coach Dre. Now, who are you leaning on in that running back room for the bulk of your carries? Who do you think comes out of this running back room as our leading rusher?
Right now, if you ask me to, like, if we in our two back set, if you ask me to go with two guys, right now I'm probably leaning towards Trackhawk and Henderson with Young on the outside looking in. That is what I have right now. If you really press me to say, hey, Coach Dre, who would you start right now? Trackhawk and Henderson, and we in our two back set. With Richard Young on the outside looking in. So Richard Young can easily be that guy to switch in. And then, again, Michael's not far behind any of those guys. But right now, I like what I saw from Trackhawk. He looks healthy. He looks explosive. And guys, don't forget what he did at Carton and Inward before he came to Colorado. And he was on his way to doing that before he got hurt last season. He was having a great, looking forward to having a great season. So right now for me, it's Henderson and Trackhawk. if you push me to say who the two guys is in the backfield.
Wow. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, Taylor has been having he had a great spring. And Henderson has demonstrated that, he needed that step up in competition. I think he's going to end up being a player for us this year. But I like Michael Welsh, though. I like Michael Welsh. And then you got Richard Young from the outside, probably like your third leading rusher. What's up, chat? Let us know what you think. How you feel about that? Who do you think we're going to lean on this season? Top 2, top 3 running backs as you have it. Appreciate y'all hanging in here with us. But so you say when we line up against Georgia Tech, 2 setback, you're calling the plays, you're setting up the option, you're probably going to come out with Henderson and Taylor.
Yes, sir. Right now. Now that could change by me watching film of the fall camp and things of that nature. But right now, that's just going off the 15 practices that we had this spring.
I'm not mad at it.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going off of, because I like Young, and the reason I like Young is because I think people don't understand. He was the starter at Alabama. He came in and took the job at Alabama, and he got hurt. And that's the only in a place like Alabama, you can't afford to get hurt because they got a ton of guys that's just waiting on their opportunity to get the ball, and then it's hard to get back in there. So I know this kid has it in him. And so that's why I'm very high on him. But again, right now, Trackhawk and Henderson has shown me the most out of the backfield in those 15 practices that we had in the spring.
Oh, man. In year 3, I want to see Michael Welsh put up a fight for that, man.
You do. I'm with you on that now, because Michael's my guy. Because when that kid walked into Colorado, no nonsense, he was a kid that's been solid with Colorado. He was one of the first kids who committed when Coach Prime first got there. He never wavered, and he got there and when he got there in that room, he was ready. And I just think injuries have because believe you me, if Michael Welch is healthy, I don't know if you get all these kids to come to Colorado, because Michael Welch would have put on a show by now. And so I believe in that kid. Again, I'm just going by these first 15 practices and what I saw from Trackhawk, what I saw from Henderson. And like I say, the Richard Young is just a specimen of a kid. And I just believe in he has the balance. And the same thing with Henderson. Henderson is a great balance of speed and power. And those are the kind of backs I think that Coach Marion likes. Those guys, big, strong, powerful with speed, and Henderson definitely meets that. And Trackhawk is that low center of gravity, stump knock, built real well, and can really take you. Trackhawk is the guy who can get that thing and take it from anywhere. If Trackhawk break is,
he's a home run hitter.
Yeah, you can throw your hands up if he get that seam and he splits the middle and he goes down the field. There's not many people in college football gonna catch Trackhawks. So you just, like I say, and again, and that's not even talking about. I saw one of our great people in the chat say Hicks. I love what I saw from Hicks, especially at the back end of spring practice. Hey man, that kid was really doing his thing. He was really doing his thing. And so you got to like that. And then Cam Newton is special, guys. This incoming freshman Cam Newton, he's special. He been busting his butt. He hasn't took any time off. If you don't believe me, go look at his Twitter page. And he showed his workouts. He was really getting it in, working, trying to make sure he could come in and compete right away. So I feel good about the running back room. Again, we just talked about during everybody, but it's one more kid that's in there. I can't think of his name. I think he also came from Sac State with Coach, and he's another, but I can't remember. Jacquel Smith, and I think he was a little hampered with a few injuries, and then he started coming on late in the spring. So he's another kid you want to see once this fall camp gets kicked off, and let's see what he can do. But right now, Trackhawks and Henderson is the leaders in the doghouse, I believe, in the running back room.
All right. Do you see one of those guys cracking the top 5 rushers in the Big 12 in 2026? Who has the potential?
Henderson, I believe. If we just off the top of my head, I believe it'd be Henderson. I believe Henderson is a guy that that displays everything that you're looking for in a running back. Nice size, great speed, great power. So yeah, it would be Henderson for me. If we just saying one guy that we think could be in that top echelon in the Big 12. And now, like I say, that's no knock because I believe in Richard Young as well. I just don't know. Like I say, you're gonna have to do what you can do with your carries. And you got to stay healthy, because if you're not healthy, if you're not available, you're gonna be in trouble in that running back room. If you're not available, you're gonna be in trouble in that running back room.
Yeah, man. His familiarity with the go-go offense, having played in it last year, put up numbers, probably wanted to put up more, coming over to Colorado, coming with his coach. His coach believes in him enough to bring him over. He's shown some flashes early in the spring. Like you said, Coach Dre, he stays healthy. Damian Henderson is a player. He could play football.
No doubt.
All right. So I love to hear that. Now let's go to the statistics though. What is it going to take for one of these running backs to enter the top 5 in terms of total yards in the Big 12? Let's look at last year in the Big 12. Leading rusher, L.J. Martin out of BYU, 1,300. Raleek Brown, Arizona State, 1,141. Cameron Dickey out of Texas Tech, 1,124. Wayshawn Parker out of Utah, 981 yards. Dean Connors out of Houston. Yeah, Dean Connors is good. 977 yards rushing. Do we see Damian Henderson 900 plus in 2026? That's what he's going to have to do in order to crack that top 5.
900 is a vast number for me for one running back. I got 2 backs at 800, and then another back at somewhere. I got us getting over 2,000 yards rushing for the year. I got 2 backs going for 800, and then the rest of the backs getting the other yardage. But I got 2 backs at 800, so I don't have nobody over 1,000. I got 2 backs at 800.
2 backs at 800?
That's what I got.
Wow.
I could
Okay,
be
so
wrong,
who's
but
the second one? Henderson and who else?
I don't know yet. I gotta get a feel for it. I don't know if it's Young, if it's Trackhawk. I don't know who it is, but I feel like 2 guys with 800, because he had 2 guys with 5. He had 2 guys with 5 last year.
Okay, so do we think we get to the point where the freshman gets some burn? Cam Newton, you see him getting some burn in 2026?
Here's the thing. The biggest thing is for people that don't know, they changed the rules so they can play up to 9 games before they can be redshirted. So I believe you might do see Cam Newton, sometime during this season. I do believe you see Cam Newton sometime during this season. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Okay. So if we do our 175 average, okay, in 2026 in a balanced offense and have some reasonable success, I think that bodes incredibly well for a recruit like a Steven Alexis choosing Colorado and a Bobo who's currently crystal ball to Colorado. Outside what we've discussed so far, Coach Dre, and I don't know if Rob the Man is in the background monitoring the show, how you feel about the topic right now, but do you think that's going to be sufficient, right, to keep Colorado at the top of the list for a lot of these highly touted running backs as they're making the decision either about 2027 or into the future?
Yeah, I think it will. I think Alexis is a lock. I think he's a lock. I even think he might have even shut his recruiting down. Uh, I believe you gotta. I see a lot of comments in the track. I'll tell you, y'all go back and look at the Jackson State offense. Y'all go back and I told you Savion ran for 1,000 yards for Coach Prime, and then he had another back I think ran for 4-5. So Prime has done this before. So this ain't nothing. Like I say, y'all just be. I've watched it, so that's why I don't never get upset with y'all because I know y'all probably ain't really seen it. Y'all just been watching the Colorado era, but he's had guys run for those type of yardage. But we just gotta, like I say, we just gotta keep a steady flow. I believe that we can match up with anybody because we're winning up front. When you can win up front, I think we're gonna win up front. I like where our offensive line is. I like our great coaching staff up front, and that's the biggest thing. When we can win up front of the trenches, you can. I don't care who you really got back there. If you can, like I say, we average anywhere from 3 to 4 yards a pop every time we run that thing. You in a great position, and so that's what we're looking for right now. That's what I'm looking for. Because that's exactly what I tell my offense: 3 to 4 yards a pop, and we good.
Boy, y'all finally got that boy C Brown up out of here, huh? Yo, all right, Coach Dre, man, this is a great conversation. I appreciate you allowing me to go down memory lane, talking about where we were, talking about where we are now, and the potential that we have on this season. You want to open it up to the chat in case they have any questions, and so you can answer any questions in the chat about Colorado's running game.
Yeah. Rob, if you're in the back, bro, put up any questions that you saw that we maybe have missed or didn't see, so we can answer these guys' questions. Like you say, this is what we here for, man. We to break down some stuff and just have ball talk. But like we always tell you, man, over here it's gonna be respectful and it's gonna be presented in the right kind of way. If you want to be negative, go to other people's shows, man. We're not doing that, and our Mars don't play that. They'll let you go for a little while, and then they gonna do what they do, cause like I say, we've been on this. I think some of y'all think me and bro just came along. We've been here a long time, and we ain't changed our tone. We keep it the same way because consistency is what it is, and that's what we gonna do. But let me see. Let me go back here and see, bro.
See what we got. What we got in there. You hit that boy with the Hadouken. Got him up out the chat, huh?
I see Miami football. Miami football said, I think I answered that question. 2 backs at 800. Who I told you I got Henderson for 1. Okay. There go a question right there. Read that one. How many carries do you think Q for 6 going to get in the go-go?
Oh, Lord, no. Oh, Lord. What are we doing? End the rounds?
I guess they saying like
reverses.
Not yeah, you know what I'm saying? Reverses, maybe quick. I'm trying to think of the name of the play. Like the sweep, you know what I'm saying? Jet sweep. That's what I was trying to think of. Jet sweep. Yeah. I think that's more what they're asking.
Yeah, I think it'll be more just to mix it up, keep the defense honest. I don't expect that he's going to carry the ball a ton. And I think between him and Ernest Campbell, I saw that a couple of times in the spring, definitely with Ernest Campbell. So they like to get the wide receivers the ball in the run game, but I think it's mostly just to keep the defense honest because they do a lot of motion in the go-go offense. So they want to see how you're going to play that motion, and sometimes they give the ball to the motion man. So, yeah. But I think it won't be significant carries, but they will try to mix that in. What are your thoughts, Coach Dre?
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like I say, I think you got to find a way to get him involved in the offense. And I think that will be a way they'll try to get Q for 6 involved in the offense on those jet sweeps or the quick bubble screens. Again, I'm going to continue to tell you guys that that's another form of the run, right? The bubble screens and the quick screens, that's just another form of the run, just trying to get it in your playmaker's hands. So I think that'll be a way to get him the ball. You might even see Cam Perry on some of those jet sweeps or quick screens and things of that nature. So let's just say on the year, we'll say Q for 6 will touch it like 6 times on the jet sweep. We'll say about 6 times on the jet sweep. So
now, what I would love to see from Q for 6 is he dances a little bit too much for my liking. I want to see him get up the field if you're going to be in the run game. I think he makes too many extra moves that, in my personal opinion, is not necessary. Right? I love how he attacks the kickoff return. Right? He's trying to get downhill. A couple of times last season, he was 1, maybe 2 tackles away from breaking it.
Yeah.
Love to see him get downhill. If they're going to hand you the ball, do not dance around. Try to get downfield. Not everything needs to be a highlight reel.
Yeah, I mean, again, he was young, but freshman All-American, you can't knock that. And so again, I think he'll be more on the kickoff because you know who's gonna be back there on punt. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. Gonna be the man they call Boo Carter. And so he gonna be back there on the punt game. But another name that we forgot, Ernest Campbell also can run those jet sweeps. We gotta get the track star. We gotta find a way to get the ball to his hands as well. We definitely gotta find a way to get the ball in his hands as well. So you just got what?
No, man, that boy like he like Jason, man. You know, he back for the sequel. He got unlimited sequel. You can't get rid of him, man. That's know.
Like I said, but people like that you just gotta pay no mind to. I don't. Again, I told somebody today, man, you can't waste your time on negativity and people just. Again, man, we're not gonna, no one here gonna be disrespected, and we're not gonna disrespect. Again, it's people in our chat. They might not be speaking, but they talk to us offline, and it's a lot of parents. You guys will be surprised. Me and Rob, we'll never tell you that, but it's a lot of parents who are in this chat and have came and thanked us, for talking about them sons or taking up for their sons and things of that nature. And so we're gonna always keep it respectable. And like Thomas say about football, nothing was said here was wrong. It was just, how Common felt about, certain things. And that's, again, you got to remember, I think people forget. And again,
how did I feel about certain things?
No, I'm just saying, no. I think people will say, well, he brought up the running. But I mean, he was spitting facts. You can't get around that we didn't run the ball well. But again, that first year, I don't think we had a guy that could run in between the tackles. Dylan wasn't big enough to be trying to run in between the tackles. So boom, that next year we stayed hurt. And the thing that was winning football games was throwing the ball to Travis and Jimmy and LeJontay Western and guys like that. And so, and then last year again, Michael, you said it. Michael Welch had 300 and some yards, and I know he missed half the season. So if you could get him back on those half, if you get him back in those games, I think we would have been in a better situation. But again, if you guys don't believe me, we right here on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and go watch Coach Prime's first the seasons at Jackson State. They're right there on YouTube, and you can go see them. And you'll see that this man took a guy. I forget his name, but the kid started on the camera team. He ended up becoming a running back, and that I think that kid went for 600-700 yards. So Coach Prime wants to run the football. You get what I'm saying? Hey, TMB, I wasn't gonna do it tonight. I wasn't gonna do it tonight. I wasn't gonna even bring him here. I wasn't gonna bring my boy name up because you see him. You see how he act. You see what he doing? You see what he doing? I wasn't gonna even bring my boy name up, bro. I wasn't going. He didn't want to hear that tonight. So I didn't bring it up. That's my boy TMFB, man. That wasn't me. That wasn't me comment. I didn't say nothing about my dog tonight.
Hey, man. Listen, can we just do one Tuesday show without having this conversation, guys? Just one Tuesday show.
I mean, when you talk about the offensive line and the defensive line and linebackers, we're not gonna bring him up. But anything else, you liable to get him brought up. And quarterback.
Yeah, TMFB is trolling right now, man. You trolling, man.
I'm telling you the truth. Go back and watch Merriman. I just didn't bring it up.
Yeah, we're not doing that tonight, man. Hey, do y'all have any other questions, man? I'm
just telling you, Merriman said that. Merriman said it, bro. I listen. Before we even got on live, I said I'm not gonna even bring up Merriman said that he can put Boo in the back.
No, not Rev. Rev, you too?
Yeah, man. They know. They know, man. Boo Carter, that guy.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. For those of you who are just joining the show and you haven't been here for the last 3 weeks, there's a time in the show every single week when Boo Carter is going to be playing a new position at Colorado. It started a couple weeks ago. Boo Carter playing cornerback. Then last week, Boo Carter is going to play wide receiver. And then now, TMFB, he had this like a joker, right, at the end of the Spade game. He's going to just drop it on the chat right when we about to end the show, man. Come on, man. How many positions is this man going to play, man?
Again, bro.
8 scholarship running backs. We got 8 scholarship running backs, and Boo gonna play running. All right, man. Well, I mean, he gonna have 1,000-yard rushing. He's gonna have 750 yards receiving. he's gonna have 17.
I told you. But again, bro, again, this is the thing though. Everything we said, you can go look up. There ain't nothing that we said that ain't been said from a Colorado guy. Coach Prime told you that Boo gonna play cornerback, and we told you that, right? You can go look at the well-off videos, and you see Boo line up at receiver. That's just what it is. And we telling you that Coach Merriman said it towards the beginning of the spring that hey, I could easily use Boo in the backfield, line him up in the backfield if I had to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Boo gonna replay. Yeah, Boo is black kicker.
No. Here you go, man. Y'all, man, my boy just when about 3 weeks ago when I hit him with that Boo card at the cornerback spot, he just almost lost it. And then last week when we brung it up, he definitely lost it when we was talking about receivers. And so I'm glad y'all brung it up so I didn't have to. I'm glad y'all brung it up so I didn't have to.
Listen, man, if y'all ain't got no more other questions, stop trolling me in the chat, man. Please, so we can figure out if the show's about to shut it down, because we're not about to do this tonight, man. We're not about to do this tonight.
Them people just telling you the facts, though, Common. They not telling you nothing that ain't the facts. I can see I would be with you about them just trolling or playing, but I don't think he's gonna line up at running back. Okay, so if that make you feel better, Common, I don't think he's gonna line up at running back one down. If Boo plays offense, it'll be at receiver for me. I don't think he'll line up at running back at all. But they are gonna get Boo Carter the football on offense. So I hope you're ready for that.
Oh no, yeah, they gonna. I mean, I'm convinced now. I'm convinced. I'm just going. I'm over the denial. I'm just going to accept it and go through all the phases of grief. I'll be ready by the season. Okay.
So like I say, man, if nobody has anything else, man, it's been a night, just me and Common. I think bro had some stuff he had to do. He been in the background doing what he needs to do, and me and Common held it down, talking about these running backs. You got anything to add before we get up out of here, Common?
Nah, always a pleasure hanging out with you, Coach Dre. I always got to bring the counterpoint and the point, and we got to talk about it. We got to debate it so the people could hopefully get a full picture of all the things that need to be considered as we go into 2026. I'm excited about this running back room, but my one question is, do we have the commitment? Are we going to be committed to the run? The run requires commitment, guys. It's not something that you try, right? It's not something that if it ain't working, you go totally away from it. Something that you have to be committed to, because it's like body blows in boxing. It's very rare that you're going to knock a guy out with a body blow, but you're going to win a lot of fights making sure you get your share of body blows in whenever you're fighting. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Colorado landing a ton of body blows that are going to break defenses down and give us an opportunity to make some big explosive plays. So another show on Tuesday. Link in with us, man. Common Sense Buffs on my channel as well. If you don't mind, you can subscribe. You can check out all the breakdowns that we have over there. It's at Common Sense Buffs on YouTube. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
As always, man, it's been a pleasure to be here on a Tuesday night. Man, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to stop by here and listen to me and Common kick football knowledge. Normally Rob would be up here with us, but bro had some things he had to do, and so he left it up to us, and I hope we did him some justice. Again, man, I just hope we bless somebody. I hope somebody got something for this, and that is one of the main reasons why I try to stay positive, because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what their day was, and they might have came in here just to hear some good conversation and not no back and forth and bickering and arguing, because that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it positive. We want a feedback from you guys, but we only want positive vibes in here. And people that's been rocking with us for the longest, we're definitely not gonna let them be disrespected. These women that be in here that love us and care for us, we definitely not gonna let them be disrespected, guys. And that's just how we gonna rock. Again, I said this on the show on Sunday with Russ. Why would you waste your time somewhere you arguing with somebody? Like, that's you wasting time you can't get back. You just wasting time arguing with somebody about something that you say you don't care nothing about. So if you don't care about Colorado or what we talking about, why waste your time in here with us, man? Just go find you something else to do, spend time with your family or whatever. Because time you can't get time back. Hey, I'm always tell you, love the people that love you. Learn how to forgive. God forgives us all, so why can't you? And like I always say, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am the Don, Coach Dre. That is my guy, Common Sense Buff. This has been a Tuesday night with Rob the Man Media and Common Sense Buff. God bless you, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday. We'll see y'all Saturday on Rob the Man with Russ and Buff News Weekly. God bless y'all. Y'all be good.